Of course, the highlights from the match between Kenya and Russia right there, the semi-final of the 13th place where Kenya defeated Russia 26-14. And now this afternoon at 3:57 p.m., Kenya will be playing Scotland in the 13th place final. Those are the results from Paris 7's day 2 that is currently going on. Remember, it's the last leg of the World 7's series. So at the end of the day, we will be knowing between Fiji and South Africa who walks home as the winner of the 2017-2018 edition of the World 7's series. We'll be waiting to know also the results from the match between Kenya and Scotland in the 13th place final that will play this afternoon at 3:57 p.m. So those are the results. Remember, earlier on in the day, Kenya lost to Argentina 12-19 in what was the Challenge Trophy Cup quarterfinals. So those are the results from Shuja's matches this morning. So let's move away from Paris 7's and get into the Kenya Premier League fixtures. Remember, yesterday we did not have the Kenya Premier League. So this afternoon we have two fixtures that are slated for this afternoon. The Kenya Premier League, Sony Sugar will be taking on Nakumatt FC. Then Mombasa United will be up against Thika United. These are the only two fixtures that we have for the afternoon for the Kenya Premier League this afternoon. Remember, we have also fixtures for the Kenya Premier League tomorrow. So we want to take a look at the Kenya Premier League fixtures that we have. These are the fixtures for this afternoon in the Kenya Premier League Sunday fixtures. Sony Sugar taking on Nakumatt FC, and then Mombasa United taking on Thika United. So the match will be played at Kenyatta Stadium in Machakos. So these are the fixtures for the Kenya Premier League that we have. Then tomorrow, which is Monday, we have Posta Rangers taking on Tusker FC. Posta Rangers taking on Tusker FC. These are the fixture. This will be the only match that will be played tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, we'll also have matches in the Kenya Premier League. We have Vihiga United taking on Zoo Kericho, and then Chemili Sugar taking on Bandari FC. Those are the fixtures that we have for Kenya Premier League. Then on Wednesday, Ulinzi Stars will be taking on Kakamega Homeboys. Remember, Kakamega Homeboys were knocked out of the Super Cup tournament by Simba on penalty. So the Simba, the Sport Pesa Super Cup will be taking place also this afternoon in Afraha Stadium in Nakuru. And the final, of course, is between Gor Mahia and Simba. We'll be keeping an eye on that match, and we'll also be bringing you the results from that match, Gor Mahia versus Simba in the Super Cup final that will be played at Afraha Stadium in Machakos. But back to the Kenya Premier League, these are the fixtures for today. But the Super Cup, remember, Gor Mahia, the defending champions of the Super Cup after they won their first and inaugural edition in Tanzania last year. So these are the Super Cup will be played at Afraha Stadium in Nakuru. This match will be played at the Afraha Stadium in Nakuru. The Super Cup Challenge, Gor Mahia right there. So those are the fixtures that we have of the Kenya Premier League and also the Super Cup. Remember, Gor Mahia versus Simba from Tanzania. So let's take a look at what to expect in that match. So as we prepare, of course, as we prepare to get into that, you know, we'll be getting what will be the Super Cup final this afternoon between Gor Mahia, who are the Kenya Premier League champions, and Simba, who are the Tanzanian Premier League champions. Remember, they'll be locking horns in Nakuru's Afraha Stadium in the final of Super Cup. Gor Mahia knocked out Singida FC in the semi-finals, and Simba knocked out Kakamega Homeboys, so they'll be locking horns. And before we get into what to expect in that, we would like to take a look at now Embu 7's. Remember, the third edition of Embu 7's will be taking place on the 23rd in Embu Stadium. And as I told you earlier in studio, with me are the officials from Embu 7's. We have the Chief Officer for Youth and Sports and also the Embu RFC Chairman. They are right here in studio. The Embu RFC Chairman, Moses Mukabane, and also Samuel Washira, who is the Chief Officer Youth and Sports. Welcome, gentlemen. And we'd like to take a look at now Embu 7's, in particular, 2018 edition. What should fans expect? Samuel, let me begin with you.
All is set. for the Embu 7's. We started preparing for the stadium since March, and all the logistics are ready. We are telling them, welcome to Embu, the land of opportunities.
So let me ask you, you having the 3rd edition of Embu 7's, what is different from the other 2 editions?
Whatever we have done is that we have increased preparation. What lacked last year maybe is now what we are improving this year. And of course, the issue of the funds, this time around the county government has chipped in and given out $500,000 to start with. And the other preparations we are doing to ensure that all is going to be well.
Moses Mukabane, the chairman for Embu RFC, briefly, tell us about Embu RFC before we get into now Embu 7's.
Embu RFC, I think it's a club that started about 5 years ago. And this club was inspired by the need of high school students who are playing rugby to come on board and play, who lived around Embu to progress into their talents. So Embu RFC has really grown. We are in the nationwide league for Central. And last year, actually, we topped the league. And this year we came runners-up. And so we are really happy that we are hosting a tournament as Embu RFC this year, and last year we did another exciting tournament, and it's a build-up to all that we are doing. Yes.
Samuel, going into this, the 3rd edition of the Embu 7's, there were, some talks that the stadium is not ready to host the tournament. What are your thoughts? Or what have you done to ensure that the stadium is ready to host this edition?
What was happening, the challenge we had is because of rain. But we used the rain to our advantage to ensure that the grass is good. We have maintained the grass so that it's going to be beautiful, of course, and it's going to be playable. Yeah, but all is well about the stadium.
Is this the reason why the stadium was, closed for a while? Because we had a number of youth from Embu footballers actually complaining that they can't access the stadium.
Yes, that was the reason. We were preparing for the day, the 23rd and 24th, because the stadium is under construction as we continue, because we are making it better and better and better until we reach the highest standards. That is stadium.
Moses. Yes. As the hosts, what should we expect?
This year, you should expect a lot from Embu 7's. We have done a lot of preparations, from the beginning of this year. We have invited bigger teams. We have invited teams from all over East Africa, and we're expecting an electric rugby experience. So we are calling upon all fans from all over Kenya, all roads to lead to Embu, because there is a lot of fun around rugby this year. And more especially, it's a World Cup season. And in our planning, we have actually set up a World Cup watching camp, a village.
So you'll be doing both? Rugby
so
7's and the World Cup?
Yeah, so that fans who have come to watch rugby and probably they want to catch a breath in the World Cup games, will not go out. We'll just have a whole all-inclusive kind of package.
You've talked about inviting teams from across the East African region. Which are these teams that will come to the from the East African region? Remember, 2 weeks ago we had Kitui 7's where we had teams from Uganda. Yes. So in Embu, which teams are we expecting? Which are these big teams from the country, definitely, that you expect to have, and also from maybe outside the country?
Yes. From East Africa, we have invited a team from Uganda, a team from Tanzania, and we are hoping that there are confirmations that are going to come. And we have also invited teams from Nairobi. Harlequins have confirmed their attendance. Nakuru RFC have confirmed. KCB has confirmed attendance and nondescripts. And also from within Central, we have our own Embu RFC club. We have Thika RFC. We have Kiambu. So we have a good mix of all teams from all the region. Yeah.
Samuel, let's talk about the sustainability of Embu 7's. This is the 3rd edition. I mean, with the change in regimes, are we still going to see Embu 7's continue?
That's great. The governor is still the governor. Last year, he graced the occasion. This year is more passionate about it because of the success. He wanted to be better and better for the remaining 5 years. Yeah, it's going to fund that tournament in that period of 5 years. So it's going to be bigger and bigger and bigger.
But so what does it mean for Embu County? What does Embu 7's mean for Embu County?
Well, we expect a lot of people and, of course, tourists. As you know, I've told you, the land of opportunities. We have several opportunities there. People can be able to go to Kigali, where we have been where all the athletes in Kenya have been coming. Some of them, during free time, they can go there. We have many facilities that even after rugby, people can go and do. We have the Mwea National Reserve. We have a lot of features that even after rugby, people can go now and watch and enjoy the land of opportunities. Yeah.
So why did you pick on rugby? Why did you pick that we should have an Embu 7's? It's the third year. But why did you decide, let's have a 7's tournament after, each year, rather than going to football and either volleyball, football, basketball? Why did you, settle on rugby?
Okay, we are starting the rugby first of all to start with, and then ensure at least we are in certain level. For the football, we are doing it in Mashinani. We have done several tournaments at their own level. Currently, we are the preparation so that at the end of the day, we'll have a good team like we have in rugby. So when we are now comfortable, now we have the Embu 7's, and it is now at certain levels. Now we start with the other sport, that is football, and go to others, the following disciplines.
Moses, what does Embu 7's mean to the county? You as the host, how beneficial is it for you to host such a tournament?
Of course, Robin, to host such a tournament is such a big privilege, especially from the angle of KRU, to be able to bring, for Kenya Rugby, to bring rugby down to the Mashinanis. And for us, it is actually a step forward in decentralizing the game. And for the fans of Embu, this is such an opportunity for them to experience the rugby that they see on TV. We are doing very well in the 7's, as you know.
Yes.
It would be such a big opportunity to see even our stars who are going to grace the occasion. And that experience is what we want to the people around Embu to have a taste of.
Still speaking about, talking about rugby and you hosting such a tournament, what does it mean to know the youngsters around Embu, people who want to get into rugby? What does it mean to them?
For the youngsters, especially Embu RFC itself is composed of mostly high school leavers and college students who are within Embu. And for this, it is a very good catchment of talent to build skills in rugby. And also, apart from that, we have a program of mentorship within our setup. And we are working closely with the Good Kenyan. There's an NGO called Good Kenyan, and that is something that we are setting up for this season. And actually, Humphrey Kayange is behind the NGO, and we want to partner with them so that we can be able to come up with a setup of mentorship, where young people can also, just apart from sports, they can also build in terms of their character and in terms of their way forward in their careers and all that. Yes.
So, as a county, Samuel, as a county, speaking about sports, talking about rugby. What will the winners get this edition?
Basically, that's something we are working with. We have said that, first of all, the county government has given $500,000 million to start with, those are for preparations. But in a few days, we'll be able to tell you the winner, the amount of money is going to get.
The amount of money.
Yes.
And actually last year, last year we had a very good run. The winner of Embu 7's ran away with a whooping 100,000 shillings.
Yes.
That is Pesa Otas. Pesa Otas. And this year, we are promising participants a good reward of their hard work.
Yes.
I am a rugby player myself.
Yes.
I know what a grass band means.
Yes.
So we are going to reward them accordingly. Yes. And I believe everyone will live happy. Yes.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yes.
Will we be seeing, girls rugby at the tournament?
Okay, for this particular tournament, in our setup we will not have the women's rugby, but next year we are in plans to be able to incorporate the girls teams because from around we only had one team for the ladies. But what we have done, we will have a high school. A high school category, so that we can be able to build up and have the others in the next tournament.
Well, thanks a lot. That is Moses Mukabane also and Samuel Washira from who are the officials from Embu 7's. We are talking about rugby, and still in the spirit of rugby. Yesterday, we had New Zealand take on France in an international test match where New Zealand emerged with a 52-11 win. So we take a look at the highlights from that match. Of course, we'll be speaking more about what to expect in this year's edition of Embu 7's. But before